But his personal life was dogged by tragedy. The drama of Darwin's daughter is tomorrow at 7:50. But now it's the Channel 4 News.
Good evening, this is Channel 4 News. At least 35 people have been killed by Chechen suicide bombers who rammed vehicles packed with explosives into the local government headquarters in the capital Grozny. It's a dramatic resumption of violence in the dispute between nationalists and the Russian government. You may find some of the pictures in Charlie Beckett's report disturbing.
These were the innocent victims caught in the bitter struggle between Chechen extremists and the Russian government. Today's devastating double bombing was a violent revenge for the killing of 41 Chechen hostage-takers in the Moscow theatre siege 2 months ago. Today, at least 35 civilians were killed and another 80 wounded as the Chechen conflict returned to the streets of its capital.
There were a lot of people inside and outside the building. You could see from how many we were taking away that there were a lot of dead and injured.
2 trucks carrying the equivalent of half a ton of TNT were driven through the 3 security fences surrounding the local government building. The vast crater left by one, a testament to the power of this massive blast. It ripped through the offices as workers finished their lunch break. This brutal blow has also shattered Russia's chances of convincing the world that it had Chechnya and terrorism under control. The European Union has urged President Putin to resume peace talks with Aslan Maskhadov, the former president of the province. But the Kremlin says he's either complicit with the rebels behind attacks like this or simply incapable of preventing them. So Vladimir Putin will push ahead with a referendum in March on a political plan that would keep Chechnya within Russia. But few think that will reduce the likelihood of a repeat of scenes like this.
Scientists backed by a French religious cult claim to have created the first cloned human, but they have yet to provide any proof. Clonaid, a company associated with the Raelian sect, says the baby girl was born yesterday. They claim the child, called Eve, was created using cells from an American woman, although they've offered no evidence as yet. The Raelians believe extraterrestrials created mankind using cloning techniques. Today's announcement has been condemned by religious and scientific leaders. The group says it will offer independent confirmation of its claim within 9 days.
The baby is very healthy. She's fine. She's doing fine. The parents are happy. And I hope that you remember them when you talk about this baby. Not like a monster, like some results of something that is disgusting. She's a very healthy baby in this world, and we're very happy parents.
North Korea today stepped up its defiance of the international community and announced it was expelling 3 United Nations weapons inspectors. The move was immediately condemned. The United States called on Pyongyang to comply with the nuclear monitoring amid fears that the country is restarting its weapons of mass destruction program.
This was the moment North Koreans were told that the UN weapons inspectors were to be expelled. We will complete building our nuclear reactors, she said, and will also reactivate our radioactive chemical laboratory that will give safe storage to spent fuel rods. The news was greeted by the international community with increasing dismay.
I think it's a fairly ham-fisted attempt to gain international leverage, but it's clearly unacceptable. The whole series of moves that have taken place over the last few months are in clear contravention of numerous international commitments and agreements that North Korea had previously been abiding by for a period of 7 years.
And tonight a statement came from America urging North Korea to comply with the International Atomic Energy Agency monitoring. But Pyongyang remains unmoved, continuing to claim it needs to reactivate the laboratory to deal with spent nuclear rods. At the moment, the theory is that the country is attempting to gain international attention to bring in aid for the food and fuel famine they're suffering. But officials also say the country could produce nuclear weapons within months.
A Palestinian gunman has shot dead 3 Jewish settlers and injured 8 more near the Israel city of Hebron. Security guards killed the attacker after he opened fire during a Sabbath dinner inside the cafeteria of the fenced settlement of Otniel. Earlier today, Israeli troops killed 7 Palestinians in search for militants in the West Bank. Football and Mark Bosnich's future with Chelsea is in doubt tonight. The Australian goalkeeper was charged with bringing the game into disrepute after he tested positive for cocaine. And on to the weather. The satellite shows cloud associated with an area of low pressure spreading from Wales to northeastern England. Tonight there'll be variable amounts of cloud with some patchy rain for Western Ireland and Scotland. Many other areas will be drier, mild but cooler. Tomorrow will be dry and bright with patchy clouds and sunny spells or longer periods of sunshine for most areas. Sunday, we'll see further outbreaks of occasionally heavy rain across southern Britain with lighter rain elsewhere. And we're back tomorrow at 5:30. Until then, that's Channel 4 News. Good evening.